Here I am again with my coffee cup. I know this is a shocker to you. Um, Thank y'all for coming back and watching. So this is a series of videos that I'm doing, questions asked by you and answered by me. So today's going to be a quicker one, so we won't be on here just real long. So I hope, let me know what you think about that. Do you like them to be shorter and just, kind of to the point, or do you like more of the explanation? So in the comments, let me know which one you prefer. It's just good for me to make sure I'm doing this that in a way that you actually enjoy. So my name is Priscilla Braswell, and my company's name is Priscilla Braswell Interiors. If you don't know me, welcome and thanks for coming. Hey Kimberly, thanks for saying hi, and please say hi and let me know that you're listening. I love the interaction, and it's less like I'm just talking to myself, and maybe it's more like we're just a group of friends chatting about our homes and how to decorate and solve some problems we might have. So let me know that you're here. Like this if this is something that helped you or that you enjoy these, and maybe share it on your wall or share it with a friend. You don't have to share it just to your wall. You can share it in a message or something like that. It doesn't have to be public. So just a thought, if that's not your thing. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about how to simply freshen up a room in your home. But before we get to that, hey Karen, um, our upcoming decorating discoveries on Monday at 7, and that's at 7 p.m. y'all. Someone, Sharon, who submitted the question when I suggested Monday at 7, she's like, well, I won't be up then, but I can watch it later. I was like, oh girl, I won't be up then either. So it's Monday at 7 p.m., Wednesdays at 10 a.m., and Fridays at 10 a.m. So the upcoming one, the question submitted by Sharon, is how to decorate those two-story living rooms. So those, maybe it's a dining room or an entryway. Some of us have a two-story home, but it's open from the downstairs room all the way up, and it's just very grand and it's beautiful. But those rooms can kind of be tricky to decorate. It's like, do I need to put something up there? Do I need to leave it empty? What do I do with it? I don't know. So we'll talk about some ways to decorate and address those areas that can leave us a little unsure. Hey, Shelly. Hey, girl. Hey. I can hear you saying that. Okay, so today the tips to just simply freshen up your room, and some of these won't cost you a thing. So those are the best, right? It's just real easy, simple things. So, you might be, if your room is feeling heavy or stuffy, or it feels just a little dated and it doesn't feel very fresh, um, if your room feels like that, maybe some of these tips can help you where it's not going to require a huge investment or a huge of time or money. So do you want your room to feel a little bit more polished? I hear that a lot. Like, how would you describe your room when it's all said and done? How would you like it to be described when you're telling a girlfriend? A lot of times clients will say, well, I want it to feel polished. I want it to feel welcoming and inviting. So if you want your room to feel polished, or you want it to feel welcoming and it's not really feeling that way right now, these tips will help you. Okay. So tip number 1 is lighting. When I used to do staging, I really don't do that anymore, but one of the key things was lighting. And anytime you walk into a home when you're looking to sell, or maybe you walk into a friend's home, the first thing that you see when you walk in, you're in the entry, but within 15 seconds you kind of get a vibe for the house, right? When you're looking at anyone ever gone house shopping, you know pretty quick if it's the one for you. And it's usually based off of a feeling, that welcoming, homey feeling. So lighting can really change that. It's an instant way to make a space feel homey. So if you don't have lamps in your room, whether it's your entry, or usually people complain most I bought their living rooms and their bedrooms. So I'm going to use those as examples. So if it just doesn't feel right to you, then do you have lighting? And if you don't have, let's say you don't have lamps, start with a pair of lamps. And you want lamps that are large scale. So if you're going to err on the side of too large or too small, go with too large, which you probably won't get it too large. And I know it's like, hopefully I'm not a broken record when I say this, but what are your light bulbs? So you want to look for a light bulb that's around a 3200 Kelvin, which is the light color. It's a warm light, but it's not too warm. It's a bright, fresh light, but not like you're about to perform surgery. It's not like a 5000 Kelvin. So change out your light bulbs, and that can freshen a space and make it feel airier. And so will those lamps, and it adds just that instant welcoming feeling, instant charm. Okay, so my tip number 2 is, and I'm going to share 3 tips. So this is real quick. So I hope you can hang in there with me. So tip number 2 is pillows. So when was the last time you bought a pillow? Kimberly, Karen, Shelly, when was the last time you bought a pillow? I'll think, when was the last time I bought a pillow? It's probably been a while for me. I might need to freshen up some of my pillows. But you know, we pop into Home Goods and we find a cute pillow. Which, by the way, my neighbor and friend Brenda, who did the she's an appraiser, she taught me this trick, and y'all might know this. But when you go to Home Goods, go to the clearance pillow section and check for the down inserts. You know, you can squeeze them and tell if it's a poly insert or feather or down insert, and you can get a really cheap insert. Who cares about the cover? You can get a really cheap insert from clearance at Home Goods. That's a neat little tip. Okay, so years, Kimberly, yeah. Like I like to change things up, but once I get something that I like, I don't need to change it. So I'm not just constantly having to change something for me. Okay, a few months ago. Okay. So, I mean, that's just, sometimes that's a go-to when we want to freshen up something. Lots of people, when a room doesn't feel good, they'll go get more accessories and add more accessories. So that is not a tip. Do not do that. Don't go buy more stuff. That's usually not the issue. Okay, so pillows. So let's think of a bedroom or your bedding or a sofa, because those are the rooms that people complain about most often. If your bedding is, or your sofa has a fabric on it that's a little dated, it's not, you know, maybe as fresh of a print that as you would like, what you can do is add a couple of solid pillows to break up that dated fabric. So that'll freshen things up a little bit. And typically you want to, hey Lisa, you want to get pillows that are larger. Again, with your lighting and your artwork and your pillows, you want to go a little larger, and that gives it more, whether it's a ready-made and you get it at Home Goods or Target or whatever, look for pillows that are larger. So like a 20 inch. And if you have a really large sofa, you can get away with a 22-inch. So look in areas, if you're looking for the sofa, don't just look in the pillow section. Maybe look in the bedding section. You might find something that's the right size. So get a couple of solid pillows to break up that dated fabric. Now, what if you have a sofa or some bedding that's just kind of blah? It's not doing it for you. Well, what you can do is grab a couple of new pillows, and those that are larger, 20-inch or larger, and get a classic fabric to freshen it up. So steer clear of the trendier fabrics. I'm not saying don't use trendy fabrics. I have and love trendy fabrics, but if you're wanting to freshen it up for something that's blah and you want something to last, choose a classic print pillow. So a few examples of something that's a little bit more classic and not too trendy are stripes. And I don't necessarily mean it has to be solid stripes. There could be maybe some different spacing in there that's not just something that you see all the time. So a stripe is good. Checks are good. Y'all know what a buffalo check is. It's the larger check, which happens to be a trendier fabric, but it's also a classic fabric. So, and you can find those in, maybe if you need to tone down some colors that are maybe feeling a little dated for you, you can get something that's neutral. Or if you need a little bit more color, then find something with a trendier color and a classic print. That's a trick. Okay, so pillows are a good way to freshen up your space, and it's simple. So it doesn't require just a whole lot. It can be instant gratification, right? You don't have to wait days and days for the reveal. Okay, so tip number 3, and this is our last tip, so thanks for hanging in there with me. So tip number 3 is to edit. So remember how I said don't go to Home Goods and buy more accessories. Very few people need to go buy more accessories. So the tip is to edit your room, whatever room it is, edit your room about 30%. So take a third of whatever's in there out. So you know how we were talking about, I don't even know how long ago it was, it's one of our videos on shopping your house and creating that space where you store things. So when it's time to go shopping, you'll have a place. So when you edit and it's things that you love, add it to your store, add it to your closet, add it to your cabinet to use later. If it's stuff that you don't love, get rid of it, donate it. And if it's broken or whatever, nobody wants that. Goodwill doesn't want something that's broken. Throw it away. If it's broken or damaged, throw it away. So you want to edit that. So that would include furniture. Maybe you've got too much furniture in your room. So whatever you've got, if it's not feeling good to you, take a third of it out. Okay? So take a third of it out. And so remove furniture, remove art. You need art on one main wall minimally. So if you've got art on all of your walls, maybe you need to take some down. So remove some artwork, remove some accessories. If it feels like accessories on parade, like the mantle is covered, all the shelves are covered, the whole coffee table is covered, then take a third of that out. Okay, and what that does is it creates some empty space. But you know what? Over time, here's what happens. We'll go to Home Goods and oh, that's a cute accessory. Pick it up, take it home. Or maybe you're at Bunko and you want a cute gift. Or maybe it was a birthday or Christmas and you got some cute accessories and you want to work those in. So you go home, find an empty spot. This is what we do. We find an empty spot and we tuck it in. Okay? But what happens is then we have no more empty places. And remember, you need some empty space to give your eye a break. So it's not just like accessories on parade. Here they come, 2 by 2. It shouldn't feel like Noah's Ark. Okay? So what you want to do is take a third of those accessories off the shelves. Then go to the coffee table. Take a third off of the coffee table. The side table, your dresser in your bedroom, your vanity in your bathroom. That's another space that kind of can get wackadoodle. Clear it off. Get rid of that crap. Okay, so, editing those things and taking a third of that out really brings things back and makes it feel more balanced. So, okay, those are my 3 biggest tips or best tips on how to just simply update your space. So, consider your lighting. Look at your pillows. It's a fun way to freshen things up. And we don't need pillows across the whole sofa. Maybe when we're doing our editing, we need to remove some pillows too. And then the third tip is to edit. Take a third out. And then I promise you, you will have a different room on your hands. Those little things can make a big impact. Well, thanks y'all for hanging in there with me. And if this has made you think of something or you have another question, let me know in the comments. And anytime you have a question, just pick a video. Pick any video and leave a comment with your question and I'll get back to you. So I hope y'all enjoyed this and I hope there's something in this that you thought, I've not thought of that or I've not tried that in a while. Maybe it's time to edit a few things. let me know. Come back and comment and let me know what you're planning on doing this week to just simply freshen up and update your room. I'd love to hear from you, and I'd love to hear how it worked out for you, right? I want to know that it works for you and you enjoyed it and it just made a change for you. And you know what? If any of you is thinking, like, what does it matter? It's just decorating. It's just decorating. Is that important in the big picture? Well, here's how I look at it, is that God has given us beauty to enjoy, whether that be in nature, whether it be in relationships. So I'm not going to get too preachy on y'all, but it's okay to enjoy the pretty things that we have and enjoy what we have and be content with what we have and switch things up, and just to create a place where we feel comfortable, where we can relax, where we can connect with our families, because we're spending a lot of time here. That's okay. That's okay to do that, to enjoy that. So I hope this helps you enjoy your space and enjoy your people a little bit more. So hope y'all have a good weekend, and I will see y'all on Monday at 7 p.m., not a.m. I will be asleep. Bye, guys.